Again, welcome to today's orientation session. You should be able to see my screen. The first thing, you can go ahead and, if you have a current website, you can bring up your website and go along with us if you want, or you can just watch along the way and then practice on your own website later. The first thing you want to do is log in, of course. Make sure that you are using a lowercase a. You'll get this successfully logged in message. Okay, and today's is a general orientation, but if you want to go into more depth on anything that I'm talking about, please let me know. We can stop, we can review, we can go back at the end if you need to. Once you're logged into your website, at the top, you're going to see this View, Edit Content, Edit Special, Edit Menu, Admin Home, Help, and then of course the Logout button. Just so you know, every piece of your website is editable. We have the header content up here. There's common content on the side. Now, depending upon the template that you are using, it will either be on the right side or the left side, okay? This is an area that you can put your hours in, your social media, directions. This spot is, every spot is customizable, okay? And you have control of all of this. The only piece that you would need our designer to help with is if you wanted to change the picture here. We also do rotating pictures. We do have some different options for you, and I'll talk about those in just moments. But that is the only piece that you would need to email pictures into us to do for you. Everything else you have control over. Of course, especially when you're getting started, we'd love to help with either a complimentary content transfer or we can help you if you're having trouble logging or uploading your pictures and things like that. And then again, at the bottom here, we have the footer, okay? Any pages you're going to edit, you would first click on. So you want to edit the home page, okay? You would click on that page. We'll go through the different page types and how you would edit those different page types. Now, if you're first getting started with your website, you probably want to go ahead and pick the layout that you want to use. And to do that, you would go to Admin Home. And how you change the layout would be under your template. So change template. Now all of the websites are responsive. All the templates are responsive, meaning that they'll collapse down depending upon what mobile device your client is using. It'll just collapse down just so that they don't have to scroll around for it. Okay. That's something important to remember. It's good for your SEO. SEO stands for search engine optimization. We'll talk a little bit about that, but we do also have orientation specifically geared towards SEO. And we also have those videos on our YouTube channel as well. Now, when you're changing your template, don't get hung up on the colors or the pictures. All of that is customizable. What you want to be looking at here is the layout. Is it a top navigation? Is it a side navigation? Where are the pictures placed in the header? You want to be looking at those things. You can see as we hover over, this is a side navigation. This is also a side navigation, but you have the 3 pictures instead of just the 1 picture at the top. So there's little slight differences. For example, the cherry, you can pick this one and the pictures automatically rotate for you. You can customize those pictures or use a set of pictures that we have. Now, if you're changing this on your live site or even on your trial site, you might want to, if you like the template that you have currently but you want to try some other ones, you want to write down this title and the style number, because as soon as you choose a new one by clicking the green button here, it will change your live site, okay? You can always click back to it, of course, by coming back to the screen. So say I want to choose the cherry, so I'm going to go ahead and click the green button here. The next piece is going to give you options to choose pictures. Now you can choose no image or you can choose these. Now there's 6 images here because these do rotate, okay? And then you click the green button again to select your pictures. And now it's going to have you pick a style. The style refers to the color. Now if you're looking at these color combinations, and you're not seeing your, say your clinic has some colors, you wear specific colored scrubs, your business cards, your marketing materials are all a particular color, and you don't see that here. We can customize these colors, and that is no additional charge to you. So again, for some reason, if um, use a deep, eggplant purple, we can definitely customize that, and it's just a couple clicks for our designer, so that doesn't take any time at all. Okay. So again, pick your colors. I'm going to pick blue today. You can continue, so if you want to go back and look at pictures, or you can just go back to your website, and now you can see that our website looks completely different just by a couple clicks. Okay. We'll go back to admin home. As far as editing pieces, at admin home is where you're going to find the header content, your common content, and your footer content. But if you just want to edit your pages and it's just pictures and text, you'll click edit content. And it is a what you see is what you get editor. So you just click and you can start typing. If you have a bunch of text in Word, we recommend that you don't copy and paste directly from Word, that you copy and paste it into at least a notepad to strip all that code behind the scenes. If you paste it directly from Word, it will look fine in here, but then it may render different on different devices because it has some code behind the scenes that Word puts in there. So if you see something funny on your page, that's usually what happens. You can always highlight the text, for example, though, and you can clear formatting, which will take that code away. But again, just give you a couple tips and tricks along the way. Or you can just click here and start typing. Say you want to change this picture. Now we have a lot of stock images, but if you have pictures that you have taken yourself, you can upload those and use those as well. This is also the part of the conversation where I just want to make sure that you're not saving images off the internet. So you don't want to go to Google and save cute pictures, because a lot of times there's code embedded in those pictures that is traceable, and they will try to send you bills for using those images. We've had that happen in the past and don't want it to have happen to you. All right, let's go ahead and change this picture. To change this picture, we can just backspace, get rid of that, and then we'll insert edit image. Okay, yeah, here's source. We want to click the file folder. Don't know why that's not working. Oh, there we go. Sorry, it was just a delay. My internet must have had a hiccup. Okay, so now we're in here. You have your files. If you upload directly into this area here, it will put your images down here. If you want all of your images to be organized in these folders, you first want to click into that folder first, okay, and then upload. You want to organize on the front end. Now we do have the image bank. We have some little gifts here. We also have under eVetSites all these folders, okay, and they're organized. So say I want to put a picture of a dog and a cat. Go in here, pick the picture that you would like. All right. I must have clicked out of there. There we go. All right, so it's going to put in here the source, that image. It's going to give it the size that it was uploaded. Sometimes when you're uploading pictures from your digital cameras, your phone, these are going to be really high resolution pictures. We recommend usually between 250 and 400. I'm going to go ahead and insert this one at the size that it's at, just so you can see how large that is. That's a really big image. You can double click on it. You can play with the sizes. Change the first number and then click in the gray space and it'll automatically change the second number. You want to keep the proportions constrained so that it doesn't distort. Click OK. All right, well, but I want my text to wrap around it. How do I do that? Again, you can double click on the picture. You can go to Advanced. I want to align it to the left, which will wrap that text around. I want to give it a little bit of a buffer so that the picture and words are not right up against each other. And I'm going to have text on the bottom, so I want to give it a buffer there too. You can also give your picture a border, okay? You can click on the color, click OK. You can determine how thick of a border you want by pixels, choosing that. And again, also under general, say this is the clinic dog and cat, and when you hover over the image, if you want their names to pop up, this is also good for SEO because you can say, my clinic dog and cat, if they have the titles or whatever, or names, you can put that in there because everything counts when the search engines are crawling your site. Click OK. Now you can see that our image is to the left. We have our border, we have our buffer, so the text is right now up against the picture. Make sure you're saving your content as you go along. Okay. While we're in this page 2, I just want to make sure that you know that any set of words or any picture can be hyperlinked to either a page within your website or to an outside website. Okay. So this pet library links to the pet library of your website. Now, if I wanted to change this image, I could go in and replace this image. Okay, sorry that my email is popping up there. I should have closed that. All right. Sorry, there's a lot of, okay, let me just get that out of the way. There we go. So if I click on this image, if I wanted to insert it or link, you click Insert Edit Link. Say this was to a Facebook page, I could put the URL up here. Now, if it's a page within your website, go to this link list. This is every page within your website, and you would click on the page that you wanted to link to. If this was an outside website, you would want to click New Window so that it didn't take them away from your website, okay? Because this is to the pet library, I'm going to click No, click OK. Make sure you're saving your content, and then we'll go back to that page. You can always double check by clicking on it, and it'll take you to the pet library. Now, speaking of the pet library, if you are new to eVetSites, you'll want to activate this page. This page is a templated page. It looks a little bit different. If you were to click Edit Content, you're only going to get the paragraph above everything. Now, how do I activate and how do I get everything ready? Click Edit Special. And you can choose the what kind of articles you want your clients to be able to search on, and just click Save. And then you'll have this tool here. Okay. Now we have other page types. All right. When you first get started, we get you started with a bunch of pages. You do not have to use all these pages. And we also definitely want to make sure that they're customized to your clinic. So for example, the Our Services, you definitely want to go through this list and make sure they are services that you offer. If you have more services, you can also add those to here as well. Again, that's just going to be click the Edit Content button. I do, when people are first getting started with eVetSites, just want to remind you that if you don't find what you want to edit under Edit Content, click Edit Special, because chances are it's a templated page. For example, forms. We get you started with all these forms, but you don't have to use these forms. You can also, customize all of them to your clinic, or if you have, say, the boarding form or another service that you want your clients to be able to fill out a form, you can create a form from scratch, and I'll show you how to do that in just a moment. But if you want to edit the forms as they are, go ahead and click on the form. Okay. And you want to click Edit Special. Now from Edit Special, you can choose the email address that's going to receive the forms. Okay. You can change the form title. You can change the response they receive after they fill out the form. Now we get you started with, some typical address, name, some different fields. Now if you have an item or a question that you would like to have your clients fill out, you can create your own item by creating a text area, text block, or text field, and they can fill in the label at the top. Or you can fill the label in the top for whatever question or response that you would like to have them fill out for you. You can choose the location of where you want that to appear. You can also move them up or down or delete any of the items here to customize. And you can make them required or not. If it's required, they have to fill something out before the form will email to you. Make sure that you are updating your work as you go. There's an update button at the top and at the bottom. I'm going to go ahead and pause right now. Any questions about editing forms, editing basic text and pictures? You can raise your hand or you can type a question in. Also, once your forms are live, you can come in and download the results. And so if you want to look at, every Friday you want to see, well, how many new client forms or how many prescription refill forms got filled out and did everything get taken care of? Okay. All right. Then, like I said, there are different forms here that you can choose from and customize. Okay. Now, how do you add pages? How do you, because basically with, oh, I have a question. How do I change the text style but keep the same template, like on the tabs, etc.? So for these tabs up here, if you want to change the font, that is a piece that our designer would have to help you with. Actually, there are within the templates some different options within the templates, but most, if you want to change this, you'll have to go through our designer, which I guess I just said only this piece here with the pictures our designer would have to do, but it's the pictures, the colors, or the fonts. Now, if you wanted to change the font on a page, for example, if this font you wanted to change, you would just highlight it and change the font family here. Okay. There are some Google fonts that are free that if you find one or have one that you really want to use throughout the website, again, our designer can program that into your website so that you can use that. So that is an option as well. Okay, I hope that answers your question on that. Okay. So back to the top here. So edit menu. Edit menu is where you are going to add pages, delete pages. You can also hide pages. So all you need to do to go live is have a home page, or if you say you have dental month coming, dental month or a special coming up and you want to get the page ready but you don't want it to be live, you can hide that page. So anything in parentheses means that you can see the page logged in as an admin, but the public is not going to see it. Okay. So say you want to add staff, you want to edit the staff page, but you don't have time to finish the whole thing. You can hide it, edit it, and then make it live when you have it all finished. Okay. Now to add pages, you choose where in the menu you would like it to be. Okay, so you can add sub-levels, you can add a top level, you can add sub-levels to your sub-levels, meaning that you can go 3 out for your menu. You can also, if you decide that your new client form is something that you want to highlight on your top menu, you can click and drag it to the top level and it will appear in that top level menu. You can also move these items up and down by these buttons over here. Now when you create a page, let's go ahead and add a top level. It's going to give it a new page number. You want to give it a menu display page. This title is what's going to show up in the search engines, okay? Again, this is a good place for you to put your name, your location, for your SEO, because everything on your pages and behind the scenes, the search engines will be crawling to put that information out there. Now the page slug is going to be automatically created. If you want to have a green button with a check mark here, if you see yellow or red, it means that there's already a page with that title on it, okay? You cannot have 2 pages named the same thing. This description, when you do searches on Google or Yahoo or Bing, it comes up with a little paragraph describing that page, and this is where the search engines are going to pull it from, okay? This description, the information here needs to match the information on your page. there is an algorithm that actually compares those texts. So again, we do have a separate orientation for that, but that's just a footnote, just something to note as we go through here. Now with your new page, a basic web page is just basic words and pictures. But this drop-down menu has all of our templated pages. We don't go through every single one during the general orientation because it would take quite a bit of time. Again, we have some more specific orientations that we can go through and more in depth on some of these. If you have questions today, we are a small group. If you have specific questions on one of these page types, I would definitely love to help answer those questions for you. To how do you hide a page? You would click yes, save menu information. And now you can see that it's in parentheses over here. Okay? Any questions on creating pages, deleting pages, hiding pages, choosing a page type, how you would fill in this information over here? Okay. I told you we would go back to the admin home area. From this area under administration, this is where you're going to edit your header, footer, and common content. Okay. Again, the editor looks the same. The hours here are in a table. I know there's boxes here, and I know it will allow you to click and drag them, but you do not want to do that. You want to keep the table at 100%. How do you know if it's 100%? It's under table properties, and actually there shouldn't be a height in here. The width is 100%, so click OK. And that way it'll resize no matter what device your clients are on. Okay. All right, so again, just click and type. You can choose different Facebook icons from our icons folder in the image bank. There are different options for all of these social media options. Now, say there's an organization or something that out there that you want to link to, but we don't have a button to, let us know. Chances are we can get one. Or if it's an online pharmacy, chances are they have sent you one. Okay, so that's important as well. Make sure you're updating your work as you go. All right, let's go back to our admin home area. So from here, if you have email through us, this is where you can create email addresses and manage the passwords as well as check all of the email. If you've given the website password to one of your techs to update, just a word to the wise, they will have access to all this email area unless you create them a user account, which will allow them to edit all the other pages but not get to the admin area. Okay, that's important to remember. This integrated content, we have an integrated content page that has rotating articles. This area right here, by clicking on the button, allows you to review actually what articles will rotate. You can rotate 2, 4, or 6 articles. All right, so this is an important area that you can either choose or uncheck the articles. Say your clients are probably not going to be interested in certain articles, or you don't want them, you don't agree with an article, then you can unclick it here. You can also upload your own articles as well and rotate those articles. Okay. So we've gone through edit content, edit special, edit menu, admin home, and then the help button goes to eVetSiteHelp.com. Okay, we do have some step-by-step tutorials there. We are revamping that site. So right now I would do a search, and if your editor does not look like the editor that we used today, please call us and let us know. We'd like to update that editor for you. Okay, I talked about the integrated content here. This is that integrated content. Every time your clients go to your website, they will see a new section of 6 articles. Okay, so that's good and important to know. How do you change that? You go to Edit Special, and you can choose 2, 4, or 6 articles. You can also choose the categories of articles that will rotate. Okay, and again, you can go to the admin home area to review those articles. Okay, there you go. All right, any questions? I'm going to go ahead and pause. I know I've thrown a lot of information at you in a short amount of time. If there's a page type that you would like to specifically talk about, we can do that. Again, when you get started, we get you started with the contact us and emergency pages. This is important to make sure to review. Okay. Edit special is where you can edit that information. Okay. There's two different types of contact pages. One that shows all the maps or one that shows the Google map. Okay. All right. Any questions so far? Are all the articles on the home page? You can put the articles wherever you would like them to be. So in this case, this page type is integrated content, but you can put those articles on any page. So for example, if you wanted them on under information pages, okay, this is a menu type only for the information pages, but if you wanted to have articles rotating on the information page, you would just go to integrated content view as your page type. Okay, so you can put those articles on any page. That's a great question. Thank you for that question. Another thing to remember too when you're editing, a lot of times, especially on the staff pages, we're going to have things organized in tables. And you know it's a table when you click on in these boxes, you see the little boxes here. Okay. This is to help spacing when, especially on the mobile devices, when things collapse down, you want it to space correctly. And so a lot of times things will be in a table. And, you know, how do you add a new picture, a new staff member? Click in here, you do a right click, row, insert row, after. And I usually keep a space in between. So I'll add 2 rows. Okay. And you would insert text here. And then your picture, of course. And you can upload pictures or add them from here. Okay, oops, that's a really large picture, so let's go ahead and there we go. And a lot of people want their pictures the same size, and so what I usually tell them to do is double click on one of the images, see what the first dimension is, and then make that the first dimension on every other picture. Depending upon how the picture was taken, either horizontally or vertically, will depend on these dimensions. So, you know, let us know if you need help changing or editing those. And also another feature that is very unique when you're using the pictures here. Before you upload, say you need to edit the picture a little bit, okay? You can go into the image bank, right-click, click Edit, okay? If I want to resize or crop that image, you know, I can do that. Different filters, things to play with. Make sure you click Apply and make sure you save it. I usually save it under a different name just so that I'm not saving, you know, the original picture in case I want to go back and edit it differently. Okay. All right. Any questions? Question is, how do I put new client and request appointment right on homepage? So when client gets to our website, it's front and center and easy to find. Okay, there's a couple ways to do that. Some people like to put buttons. You can put it in the header. You can put it on the home page. Either way, you would just go either to the page or go to admin home to go to the header content, edit content. But say I want it front and center on the home page. Insert edit image, go to source, go to our image bank, eVetSites. There's an icons folder. Again, we have different organizations, but we also have different buttons in here that you can choose from. Okay. After hours emergency pages, employment opportunity buttons. So say we want to make an appointment. And again, there are different buttons. You can do a new client, button here. Click OK. And what I would do is then click here. I would go to the link list for the page. And I would do a new client form. Click OK. Save content. And now if they come to your website, that's a clickable button and goes to the new client form. And you can do that for any of the pages. Some people like smaller buttons. And you can use that as well. If we want to put it in the header, go to administration, header content, and say, under here, I just want to put a small little button. So you go back to your source, image bank, eVetSites, icons, and I would go and I would find a button that worked for that area. Make an appointment. Again, we can customize the color and the text on those buttons as well. And then you link this to your appointment page or your appointment form. Make sure you're updating your work as you go along. Let's go take a look. Okay, so then this make an appointment button goes to the make appointment form. Okay. Any questions? How do I know what URL to use for an outside website link? Good question. So if you're looking for your Facebook page or Google Plus, a lot of times you might have to do a search for that. For example, let me just go ahead and open up a page. And so let's see. So actually, let me just do a search here. And I say I want to do a search for, say, the eVetSite. So eVetSites Facebook. Okay, and a lot of times it'll come up pretty high. So if you're looking for your, Google Plus page, or if you guys have a Yelp, listing on Yelp, that type of thing, you might have to do a search, and then just click on the button here, and you can just copy this link up here. Okay, and that's your URL that you're going to use. Okay. Hope that answers your question. Any other questions? Then insert that into just the URL. Yes, so let me go ahead and so let's say we're going to insert that for our Facebook page here. I have copied that link, so I go to Admin Home. Under Administration, I go to our Common Content. Click on the Facebook page here. Go to Insert Edit Link, and I would just paste that link in. And I want to make sure it's a new window. Click OK. Update. Go back to our website. And then I would want to click on it just to make sure it went to where I was expecting it to go. And there we are. Okay. And if you have trouble with this, we can always jump on a team viewer session with you. We're more than happy to do that. If you have a current website that you're wanting to completely update and revamp, we do offer assistance and help with that as well. We can do a duplicate of your site that is kind of a behind the scenes of your website. We can update that, get it looking the way you want it to look, and then we can map it to be your live site. So a lot of different options if you're wanting to redo everything. All right. I'm going to hang on the line for if you guys have more questions, but that does conclude today's presentation. Again, you can go to the help site for step-by-step instructions on different pages. We can schedule an appointment and do a team viewer session with you so that we're looking specifically at your website and sharing screens and talking about your website specifically. We do have these videos on our YouTube channel, or you can go to eVetSites.com and under orientations, it'll have the latest video. Okay, lots of resources out there, and we just definitely don't want you to be struggling or get frustrated with it. Definitely give us a call. We're here to help. Okay. Thank you again for attending today's session, and then please contact us if you have any questions whatsoever.